Being born in Texas, you don't accept to just arrive. You want to make an entrance. The doctor shrugs, tosses the forceps aside, and whips out a lasso to yank you out. It's July. You first hear the constant hum of the hospital air conditioning, which is set to, "Please don't melt our newborns." Your lungs flood with thick humidity, the smoke of slow-cooked meat, and the faint sting of diesel fumes from a pickup truck idling outside the hospital with a sticker that says, "Come and take it." You cry. Your parents assume you're just being dramatic. Already in debt from the hospital bill, because Texas loves not expanding Medicaid, they celebrate by eating Whataburger in the parking lot and debating your name. Colt, Bear, or something unpronounceable that honors the Alamo. They take you home, where everyone is already sizing you up to see if you'll grow into a football player. And while other babies have lullabies, you only have sounds of fracking and the twang of a steel guitar from a near house. Stage 2. Early childhood, boots and belt buckles. By age 2, you've mastered 3 skills: dodging fire ants in the backyard, practicing your lasso skills on the family dog, screaming Texas forever when denied a juice box. You also develop an ability to identify different types of trucks by the sound of their engines. Your father will gift you a onesie with the state motto, "Friendship," because in Texas, everyone's your friend, until they cut you off in traffic. The curriculum in your daycare includes how to properly salute the flag. By age 5, you're enrolled in a Texas public school. During recess, you play Alamo Reenactment, a game where everyone dies. While field trips are limited to exploring nearby oil rigs and identifying poisonous types of snakes. By age 6, you'll know the difference between brisket and ribs, and by 8, you'll have a strong opinion about which local joint is the best, and learn that cowboy boots are not optional. It doesn't matter if it's a school day, a church service, or your cousin's wedding, you're wearing boots. And don't forget the belt buckle. The bigger, the better. Stage 3. Teen years, driving, dating, and debating. You hit puberty just as the Texas power grid hits its annual "Oops, we forgot winter exists" crisis. You spend summer days learning about third-degree burns, and nights trying to sleep through the sound of cicadas in the distance. At 16, you take a driver's ed course taught by a man named Bubba, who spends 80% of class time ranting about communist roundabouts. You get your license and immediately hit a pothole so deep it cracks your axle. The state shrugs. Should have driven a truck. Just remember, driving here is less about getting from point A to point B and more about asserting dominance on a 12-lane highway, while George Strait's music is playing at full volume. High school is when the real trouble begins. Your social status is determined by how much you hate Oklahoma, and more importantly, by how good you are in football. If you're not playing high school football, you're nobody. If you are playing football, you're still nobody unless your team wins state. Your science class debates climate change. Is global warming real? You also learn that dinosaurs roamed Texas 6,000 years ago. While sex education is a 10-minute slideshow titled, "Don't." Your summer vacations are spent at Christian Cowboy Camp, where you'll learn to rope, pray, and suppress your questions about evolution while sweating through your acne medication. And then there are the debates. By now you've mastered the art of arguing about Texas's superiority. Dating is also unique. Your dating profile picture, a photo of you holding a boss, and your first date will probably be at a restaurant where you'll bond over greasy fries and milkshakes. If things go well, your second date might involve hunting. Stage 4, college, debt and denial. College is optional. The real goal is to marry your high school sweetheart and buy a house with a wraparound porch. If you dare to dream of escaping to a liberal arts college in Vermont, prepare for intervention. You're gonna stay here, get a job at the refinery, and like it, your dad will growl, polishing his NRA membership card. You finally choose between attending the University of Texas or Texas A&M, because any other college is for quitters. Your dorm room comes with a warning not to trust the local tap water. You major in oil and gas management because that's the future. Then oil prices crash. You graduate with $80,000 in debt and a job offer to sell propane in Lubbock. Stage 5. Adulthood, trucks, marriage, and mortgages. You're expected to drive a truck even if you're an accountant, and the phrase "commute time" is code for bring snacks and an audiobook because it's going to be a while. Work-life balance, you'll clock 60-hour weeks while moonlighting as a part-time cowboy. You pivot to influencing, but your y'alternative country rap TikTok gets 3 likes, all from your mom. Your weekends are spent attending barbecues where arguments about brisket cooking methods can end friendships, while declining a second helping is seen as a personal affront. By 25, you'll own a truck larger than your apartment. It's not a vehicle, it's a lifestyle. You spend weekends off-roading in a field that's technically part of Mexico. Your first apartment? A luxury studio with paper-thin walls and a view of a highway. Rent, $1,500 per month. The AC breaks. The landlord says, "Just open a window." You open it. You understand what it means to be a real Texan when you buy your own house. Your property taxes triple when the county builds a 10-story statue of Sam Houston riding a bald eagle, which makes you question whether that second story on your house was really necessary. You marry your high school sweetheart. The wedding is crashed by a thunderstorm and a debate. The cake melts, but the open bar serves Dr. Pepper margaritas, so no one notices. Now your wife and you can host a forgiveness potluck where your neighbors bring sides and unsolicited advice. Kids? You'll have two. One to inherit the ranch, one to run for sheriff. Your child's school bans the color pink. It's too Californian. Your kid asks why the earth is flat. You blame TikTok. Some people might say, Texas is great. But trust me, nothing is great when you're stuck sweating in 100-degree heat while arguing with your neighbor about whose pickup truck has the better gun rack. At 45, you'll hit rock bottom. Your wife leaves you for a vegan dancer from Austin. You try to cope by entering a chili cook-off, but it doesn't work because you lose to a 12-year-old. So, you buy a motorcycle, grow a handlebar mustache, and start a podcast called Red Dirt Philosophy. By now, your electric bill rivals your mortgage. Summers will still be unbearable, winters will be a joke, and once every decade, a snowstorm will shut down the entire state because nobody owns a snow shovel. Hurricane evacuations and random flash floods force you to spend weeks huddled in a closet, listening to the local weatherman shout about rotations and hail the size of grapefruits. FEMA sends thoughts and a coupon for 10% off at Buc-ee's. You're 50. You fixate to authentic Texan lifestyle. Managing cattle, fixing fences, and wearing chaps became daily routines. Stage 6. Retirement. Sunsets and regrets. You finally retire. Your 401k is $17 because you spent it all on your favorite team's logos and toll roads. You move to a peaceful ranch. But instead of relaxing, the neighbor's rooster wakes you at 4 a.m. and you develop a heat rash. You're busy dealing with rattlesnakes in your backyard and cacti growing in your driveway, while reminiscing about the good old days when gas was cheap and nobody cared about cholesterol. Your grandkids usually refuse to visit in August because they just can't handle the heat. And when they come, they ask, "Why do you live here?" It gets even worse when they tell you, "We're vegan." You disown them. The weight of the 10-gallon hat gets its toll at the end. Your health issues are getting worse. So you treat them with essential oils and a strict regimen of ice cream. Stage 7. Death. The final frontier. When the Grim Reaper finally comes, you'll negotiate, "How about a game of poker?" But you can rest easy knowing that your funeral will be a true Texan affair. There will be cowboy hats and a slideshow of your life set to country music. The priest says, he loved Texas more than life itself. But the truth is that you died of heat stroke trying to fix the mailbox. Please join the comment section to tell me if I missed anything.